How weird, Riff and Bananas. We also grew up watching Happy Gilmore, and Chubbs was our uncle. Champs vs. Stars, episode 5 coming up next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Ready? Everyone for Riff Raff together now. Riff Raff's gone to the animal shelter.
Crawling too. He's crawling there, backwards. Backwards.
Riff Raff's gone to pet the puppies.
Man, I love this song.
I mean, I get it. Like, why stay on MTV when you can just go straight to the animal shelter and pet some puppies?
Right.
I understand where you're coming from.
I agree, and he said he's gonna take a couple home with him, so why not, man? Right on, Riff.
Oh, well, Riff, you let the pups down, not getting the money for them, and you let us down because now we have to deal with the show without you, which is really sad. But tonight we were talking episode 5 of Champs vs. Stars on MTV here in our AfterBuzz TV After Show. My name is Jenna Bussiere. You can find me on Twitter at Jenna_Bussiere. We're missing our 2 main chicks tonight. Pamela and Paulina are out, but don't worry, me and Dave got you. So what's going on, Dave?
We got this, Jen. How's it going?
What's going on? Where can people find you?
You can find me on that internet. And you can find me at Instagram, David Punkrock Christopher, Twitter, DPR Christopher, and let's do this, Jen.
On the interweb, and we had to give a shout out to Happy Gilmore, amazing movie.
All-time
Every time
favorites.
I watch it, I feel like you find something new.
It's amazing. I love
crack
it.
Up out loud.
I can. Every time I laugh just as hard as the first time I seen it. I love it. It's so good. So good.
But Riff Raff did not take any advice. He did not give it a little taparoo.
Just tap it in.
Just tap it
I
in.
sweir, like it was playing through my head every time I saw him putt. You know, just I pictured like Chubbs, just like tap it in.
Riff, just tap it in. I am shocked now because there's somebody out there in the world who is worse at golf, specifically miniature golf, than me.
Really? You're that bad?
I'm terrible. Like, no matter how many times I go, I always whiff a ball. So when I saw Riff, ready for my dad joke? Whiff Raff.
Whiff Raff?
Because he whiffed the ball.
Oh, I see what you did there.
No one got it because it wasn't good.
Okay.
Whiff Raff.
Dude tried.
Dude really sucks at golf.
That was pretty bad.
Dang.
I mean, at least you would think he would get at least one in there, something. But no, not one. No, not at all. I mean, I get it can be challenging. It really can. I don't know if you guys ever even played before at all. But yeah, that sucks, man. Because I was hoping it would at least get one in there, you know. But
and honestly, when they showed this elimination, tic-tac-hole, I turned to you, I was like, really? This is the elimination? This is the worst elimination they ever could have come up with. It's mini golf and then Connect 4. Like, just what? There was nothing to that. There was...
Right. Why even have the little discs, as they say?
Yes.
What is the point? Why? I mean, it's just to look cool, I guess. Like, you know, aesthetically to have like something. Ooh. But yeah, it made no sense. It did nothing to the game. He's like, oh, you got to run over and put it in. But I mean, does that really matter? Like, does that?
That whole thing was so weak.
Yeah.
That was so lame. Mini golf, really? That's going to be what's going to be someone's deciding factor of whether they're staying in this competition or not?
Well, that just shows if you want hope for the challenge, just go practice your miniature golf, and you might have a shot. You know? You never know.
And the thing is, these are 2 really good athletes. As much as we people make fun of Riff Raff, we don't really know what he's about. He's a rapper, kind of.
Well, athlete, you're kind of stretching that term.
But he actually is. He is the best performer on the Stars team.
Okay, that doesn't.
He
say
comes
much,
out
this
of
athlete.
nowhere, and he actually plays pretty well in all these competitions. And they're the same kind of size. Like, they have athletic builds. I mean, it doesn't look like Riff Raff doesn't work out. He's got some muscle.
You think so?
I'm saying it doesn't look like he does not work out. So maybe he's like a 2 times a week type guy. A few times a month. Maybe he's just got that natural athletic build. I don't know. He's not like completely out of shape.
Yeah, I mean, depend. Yeah.
I would have liked to see them go head-to-head in something where Riff Raff actually could have beat Bananas.
Well, you know, here's the funny thing. I think if there's going to be any challenge where he would have a shot, or anybody in general would have like a decent shot, I think it would be something like this, because it doesn't matter about strength, speed, agility, none of that.
It matters if you suck at mini golf, and for the minority of us, it's really hard to be in this kind of elimination if you suck at golf.
Right. I mean, again, so I think, I don't know, I mean, if there's going to be any challenge that he could have a good shot, I think it would be something like this, you know? I mean, I really think Bananas would take him out if it was something just really competitive and head-to-head. And hey, he's been there, he's a veteran, you know, and he's aggressive. I'm not saying Riff isn't aggressive, but, you know, he's got the experience. And I think, I personally don't think he would have fared too well if it would have been like a normal challenge elimination.
How much it looked like Riff Raff, I mean, this entire season he's been wanting to go in. Please vote me in. Everybody nominate me. This is BS. I want to go in. It looks like he was confident and he was feeling it, like he wanted to be there. And his teammates were saying, yeah, it looks like he really cares, but I couldn't really tell. Did it seem like he was putting it all out there for you? He just lacked that badly?
That's the funny thing. I want to say he cared, but at the same time, he was just like, he was having fun with it, you know? So maybe that's kind of just a mental thing, a strategy thing of his personally. He's just kind of like, I'm just going to roll with it, like whatever. But it seemed like he was into it, you know what I mean? He seemed kind of pumped, and then, you know, Wes was trying to like work with him and get in his head, and so he seemed into it, but at the same time, you never know that guy. Like, you never know.
Right. Like, I don't know if you can say try harder, because maybe he was trying really hard. He just is really bad at mini golf.
Well, yeah, there's that one point where they even said, you know, he's actually serious now. Yeah. And he was like getting angry. And
I mean, he dyed his hair purple for this episode.
Right.
Just to show his team camaraderie, to change the pace of their fate. You know, he did it for the team is what he said. So
it's dedication.
Right. If you dye your hair, you're in. You're all in.
Speaking of that, Jen, I think next week you should come with yellow hair if you want to show like your dedication.
You know what?
To the panel.
Maybe that will help us get Riff on the show.
Maybe.
Because y'all, I emailed his PR people last week and they have not gotten back to me. Maybe because
Riff.
he's not on the show anymore. Maybe he has no interest in coming on, but I'm trying to make this happen.
We got this.
But sadly, he left this episode, but it still would be fun to have him on.
It'd be awesome to have you on, Riff. If you're out there, if you're watching, come hang out on the panel. We'd love to pick your brain. Just have a good time with us.
And you did mention Wes before. Again, it's a charity game. It seems to be a lighter season, a lighter theme this year, but nothing was light about Wes's disappointment on his face watching Bananas clobber Riff Raff.
He was not happy.
No.
He was not enjoying it. The whole time he was pissed. And I mean, I got to say, this is probably the most entertaining episode thus far.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
I was actually engaged in this one. You know, normally I'm kind of like halfway through.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, this was, I think maybe too, it's because it kind of brought you back that feeling of like the challenge, you know, the two rivals.
Yeah.
So it was entertaining. It was fun to watch. And, you know, you had mentioned this before out there, like you didn't really know which side to pick. You weren't sure. And I kind of felt the same, you know, it was like,
yeah, exactly. So let's break down the West Bananas rivalry. We love to watch it. Like you said, This is authentic, long time running rivalry between these two because they both are dirty at playing the game.
Right.
But they both do it in different ways, and they don't like how the other does it.
Which is so funny, and which obviously, again, makes it so fun to watch because it's like the two opposites, like just... I mean, they're both very good at what they do, you know, and at the same time, they both know each other as a threat. So it's weird because there's that respect there at the same time of that, like, hatred. You know, it's like a love-hate.
I think it's not a fake respect, but there's definitely, like, fake friendship there. I think that they pretty much always dislike each other.
Yeah.
Like, even some of the things that Wes says, like, you're annoying, you suck, we hate you. Like, I don't think he's kidding with, like, he's acting it up. He's making it seem like this, like a joke, but no, I think that he straight up dislikes Bananas, and it's vice versa. They honestly hate each other.
And they express it freely, and you know, like Bananas calls him Wes a scumbag, and he even, you know, when they sat on the couch, oh, you got to kind of like, you know, get over this rivalry, and Wes is just kind of, Bananas like, this will never happen. You know what I mean? It's just something I don't even know if they want it to be honest. You know.
So Wes is just a master manipulator. He's always killing it with the politics in every challenge. He wraps his mind around everybody else's, always finds a way to manipulate people into joining an alliance. But I still think that Bananas is a dirtier player because Bananas makes a lot of friendships and alliances in a more blunt way, and then has no problem throwing that person in and saying, well, that's not my fault at all. I'm just playing the game. However, Wes can kind of somehow work politics in it where he makes other people look like the bad guy, and he can kind of somehow take the blame off of him just because he kind of politics his way into messing up everybody else's game plan and alliance. So who do you think is a dirtier player?
You know, that's really interesting that you say that, and that's, you know, that's so hard to really, when you break that down. I mean, because it is very true. Bananas I mean, you know, with both of them that, you know, I don't trust them, but at the same time, Bananas is he is more blunt. You know what I mean? It's like you expect that, you know, that's coming, and he owns up to it at the same time that he has a lot of fun with it. Where Wes, you're very right. I feel like he enjoys manipulating. He has so much fun with it.
He does.
Know? He's like a little kid, you know, like he gets excited. Like, well, even you saw when he was talking, he's like, "Oh, I'm drunk on power. I love power." I mean, I think Bananas is more just cut forward, you know, like he knows what he's doing, whereas Wes, I think he has a little more fun with it. I think he enjoys that shock factor and like screwing people over, you know, where I think
he loves sitting back, as he said, like drinking his goblet, whatever. That just made me want to watch Harry Potter. That's all I could think about in that moment. But he enjoys like having his goblet of instigation, whatever the hell he said, and sitting back and kind of letting it all settle in.
Yes, I mean, you know, I don't know. That is a good question. I'm not sure. They both play very good games.
I think it's just, I'm biased because I think I like Wes better.
Yeah.
I think his manipulation is a little bit more funny, and time after again, he's just outsmarting people.
That's true. That is true. I mean, and you
I
saw
appreciate.
You saw it tonight. Yeah, he was. I mean, he completely got the whole team on his side and pulled the rug out of Banana.
I'm not sure about that. So let's go back. So it's kind of foreshadowed, this beef on tonight's episode is foreshadowed ever since like the first 5 minutes of the episode, when Wes is kind of starting to brew some sort of game and some kind of alliance to Bananas. And Wes is essentially saying, if I get MVP, or when the next game that we play, I'll make sure that you get MVP. And Bananas doesn't bite, and he says, I don't care what you're trying to say right now, because if you vote me MVP, that doesn't mean I'm going to return the favor. Like, I don't want to get into this. It's charity. I'm not playing this bargaining chip. You do something for me, I'm not doing something for you. So whatever, that's wiped off the table, but Wes is starting to kind of do the groundwork to making something happen in his favor. Right. And then we see that they both want to sign up as forward during this giant human foosball game, which is so funny because everyone's like, we have the two big meathead egotistical guys both wanting to be forward on this soccer team. Oh, I can only imagine how this is going to go.
I just saw Zach's like, I'm volunteering to get the girls. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and taking back to that convo between them two in the beginning, it's almost like two dons. You know, it's like a mafia convo. Like,
yeah.
And they can't come to an agreement. But I do have to give respect to Johnny of just being straightforward and saying, dude, I'm not gonna hook you up. You know, I know what you're trying to do, and just calling him on his BS. So I do respect that. And I guess breaking that down, if I had to choose, I would say, you know, you said you're with West. I'd probably go with Bananas in, because I like the fact that he is kind of stepping out of that mindset for once and saying, hey, you know what, like, I'm not going to play that game. This is for charity. This is a whole different thing. Again, I do understand Wes. I understand where he's coming from too. But I guess, you know, I like the stance of Johnny, how he was just trying to be straightforward and say, hey, this is different. This is for a charity. Let's just play this differently. So, I mean...
Well, then let's get to where it really explodes, because the game is played, the champs end up winning, even though the Stars put up a really good fight, and Bananas is very preoccupied because he has his Special Olympics representative there, which is great, and we love that, and he was adorable, and it brought so much fun and cuteness, for lack of better.
I love that. I think
it was really cute. Yeah, it was really nice, and it was cool that he had a representative for the charity that he is working for on the show. So Matt from the Special Olympics came in. So by default, you would think that Bananas would get MVP in that game, but his team does not even think like this at all. Do you think that it should have been an obvious, yes, we should vote Bananas MVP because the person from his charity is here? Because the girls just go straight off skills, and Bananas wasn't even in the MVP conversation. It's either Wes or CT, and that's it. No one even says Bananas' name.
Right, but that also surprised me, because, I mean, Bananas scored, two of the goals, and two of the important goals. And so for me, I thought for sure he'd at least be in the conversation. So to not have him included, it was kind of took me off guard a little bit. And you know, when you break it down, it's hard to say if you should ultimately just get MVP because of that.
Right, exactly.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but I think he should definitely be in consideration. You know what I mean? There's a lot of factors there, and to just completely exclude him, I don't see how that could happen. So.
Because Bananas totally thought he was winning.
He
Like
did.
1,010%, no doubt in his mind. And the Miz throwing his little 2 cents in didn't help at all. Like, wow, really? Bananas isn't getting it? I just assumed he would. It's like, Miz, don't do that. They already feel like assholes now.
Yeah.
They feel bad that now they're realizing, hey, maybe we should have given it to him because it would have gone to the charity and the boy who's in that charity is here.
True.
So I do get it. At first I was on the same page as you. Like, why should he just get it? Because he should. I mean, if Wes played better, then why not him be the true MVP? He hasn't won it the entire season. But this is kind of the girls' decision. They didn't even say Bananas' name again. So I understand that Bananas has a right to be upset, but I think as the episode escalated, he started to act like such a baby about it.
He did. He obviously, clearly, he was pissed off. His feelings were hurt. He felt obviously like they undermined him. But at the same time, Wes did. Like, well, Bananas was off doing his thing.
You do think it was Wes's fault? Because
I don't say
I don't think it's all on
I
him.
don't say
But Bananas is putting the entire wrath on Wes.
Right. So I don't think it's necessarily all Wes's fault. But he was like an antagonist. He did kind of just like come in there and plant the seeds. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily that like he made it happen, but he obviously helped provoke everything that happened. You know what I mean? It was one of those things like he's sitting back, he's playing his game, he knows what he's doing, and then and you can see him when he was talking to the girls too while Bananas was off doing his thing. He was obviously getting in their heads, talking to him too, and so he definitely did help. He helped the situation.
He was definitely campaigning for himself to win MVP.
Correct. Right.
Absolutely. But again, the girls didn't even think of Bananas from right off the bat.
So that blows my mind.
So
I don't see
Wes,
why.
his campaigning really wasn't even going to do anything in the end. They would have given it to Wes or CT anyway. But I understand Bananas being upset. But the whole at deliberation, when they said, okay, Wes, you get to choose the LVP, and Banana stands up, goes, no, he doesn't. I get to choose, and then steps on Wes. Like, first off, don't let him know you're mad. Don't let him see you upset, right? Isn't that the cardinal rule of competition? Like, don't let them see they are hurting you.
Rules are out the window.
No, I just mean of confidence and giving that poker face. Like, don't let them see you upset.
Jen. Really,
that's a big part of being a kick-ass competitor.
Right between Wes and Bananas, there's no
clearly not.
They know it's a given.
But I think the way Bananas acted in deliberation and while they were picking the LVP he acted like such a baby. First off, they meet in their little room and they're like, okay, well, how do you guys want to go about this? Should we start voting for the LVP? He's like, I'll just volunteer. I'll go because obviously it's me. No, it's not obviously you. It could have been Zach. Why was it just you?
I think, I'm a little 50-50 on that because I do agree. He did kind of throw a bit of a tantrum, but then on the flip side too, I do understand where he's coming from, and it's one of those things that like he was angry, he was frustrated, he felt like they went underneath him. I get all that,
and they said they were sorry so many times.
Right, but
he's still. I don't know if he's ever even fully apologized for taking the money away from his partner, a person that they won the competition together, and they worked together, and they should
are you
split
still bitter about
the
that, Jen?
money.
Are you bitter?
No, I just am mad when people are unapologetic for something where if you're not in the wrong, that's fine, stand your ground. But if you have some responsibility in this, you should definitely apologize about it.
Yeah,
so
I see what you're saying.
And his entire team is so apologetic. They feel so bad. They're like, wow, you're right. We didn't even think
well,
about
not
this.
necessarily.
But he continues to play the baby card the entire episode.
Yeah, but not necessarily because you didn't see any of the guys speak. They didn't say much, and
well, because it was a girls' day, so the girls get to pick.
Right, but they still didn't really express their opinion. You know what I mean?
Because CT and West, CT and Zach literally just like didn't have anything to do with it. They completely stepped out of it.
Right. But it just seemed, I don't know. It just seemed like everybody was just kind of like, I understand where Johnny was coming from because it did seem like, and I don't think it was intentional, but it did seem like everybody kind of just forgot about him. You know what I mean? But again, like I don't think it was intentional, but at the same time, I can understand the frustration. But again, too, he did throw a tantrum. But I mean, his charity was there. Matt, he's so cool. That guy's awesome. I can understand why he would feel bad and be angry about that.
I know, but it comes a time, like hours or days later, whenever this deliberation was, we have no idea.
That's true.
I mean, stepping on Wes, and no, I get to choose that. I get to go in. I just felt like it was a bad look. It was kind of cringeworthy. It was like, how many times have you done this? How many times have you been undermined by another competitor? Or you know how this goes.
I thought it was actually kind of funny. I got to be honest. I thought it was funny because he was like a baby, you know, like, man, I'm taking my toy and like stepping on it.
It's exactly what I'm saying.
It was funny. I'm curious. So what is is our live chat up? Do you have
our
live
live chat is not up.
Oh.
Dude, I wonder if we even have anybody in our live chat. No one watches anymore. But they should start watching so that every week we see a little bit more of Tony, our engineer.
Oh, Tony. How you doing, Tony?
You want me to be completely honest with you?
He's very mysterious, Tony. What can you tell our viewers? They're all very interested. The face.
I can tell you that I like cake. I really like cake. I'm enjoying some cake right now.
Well, maybe we all like cake. So if somebody wants to mail us a big old Oreo chocolate cake,
people.
Oreo chocolate cake is preferable for me.
The day you get some cake is the day.
Forget the rest of them. Can you just send an Oreo cake for me?
That is delicious. Yeah, that sounds
And
good,
then
actually.
every time you send a cake, you'll just see more and more of Tony's face or body, whatever.
Right.
Whatever you want, whatever you request.
That sounds good. Cookies too. Cookies are good. That too.
Well, anyway, long story short, Banana sticks around. I honestly, though, I think Bananas was a little bit scared of Riff Raff for a minute.
You think so?
Before he knew what the challenge was, did you see him kind of sitting there and internalizing? He said in his confessional or to somebody, oh, the hardest competitor that you go up against is the one who doesn't care at all. He's such a loose cannon. And because Bananas was embarrassed by Wes in the last charity competition, Champs vs. Pros, I could see Bananas just kind of shaking in his boots a little bit. He hasn't performed the best in the past few seasons.
That's true. I'll give you that. I think, but I mean, going up against Wes, I think it poses a different type of fear or worry than I think a Riff Raff would. But again, we don't know what he's capable of, and I can see guys like that could be. You never know what they're gonna bring. But I don't know if he was necessarily like a little intimidated, or I mean, maybe just a normal worry, you know, because you never know with a guy like that. But you know, I think he was just, you know, he knows better. He's been there.
Oh, I really want to check out this live chat later. I want to know what all of you said about the West Bananas, who's on my side, who's on David's side. Let's make this even more of a competition.
I want to know right now in the chat, who's Team West and who's Team Bananas? Let me know.
Who played it right? Well, I am so upset that Riff Raff is gone because he was hilarious this episode.
He was killing it.
Yeah,
I'm super bummed. It's like, man,
Johnny's Bananas, Johnny Bandanas.
He throws in a tree.
Yeah.
I love that. No, I mean, that sucks, man. Like, he was so entertaining. He was fun to watch. That's a bummer.
I know.
But like I was saying to you, know, it's like, is it going to be like a bummer to see Riff Raff leave and that sucks for the show? Or is it going to be an upset to see Bananas get beat? You know what I mean? Like, what's the bigger...
I think it would have been incredible for Bananas to get beat just because it's against Riff Raff. That would have been awesome to see.
That's what I'm saying. That would have been amazing.
And it depends what the challenge was to be fully embarrassed, you know? I mean, I don't think Riff Raff can feel embarrassment, but if the tables were turned and Johnny Bananas lost in mini golf to Riff Raff, he probably would be mortified.
I would say completely, and I think that's fair. But again, miniature golf, that could be anybody's game any day. You know what I mean? Who knows?
Yeah. So who do you think is the best girl and male competitor, female and male competitor on the Stars team? Because now Riff Raff is gone and Romeo, and you know what? They were kind of one of the best ones.
I'd say honestly, Valentine, she was incredible. Her goalie, like, man, she was stopping those balls. Yeah, she was pretty sick at goalie. She was kicking. No joke. I was surprised. Like, whoa. Like,
she took her role serious too.
I mean, she was going against. She had West. She had Bananas right there, and she was kicking butt. I mean, I gotta say, I was kind of bummed. Part of me, you know, they always rooting for the underdog. I kind of wanted to see them win. They played for the first time. I think, like the Miz mentioned it. They actually looked like a team. They showed heart. They were completely in it, and they actually had a chance.
The Miz, whose energy level was on 7,000 during
he was on the Miz.
I was like, wow, am I missing something? Is this that entertaining?
He was on. It was WWE Miz. He was in it. You could tell.
Yeah, Justina killed it. And I feel bad because she kind of got the blame for the self-goal at the end. But honestly, it was a deflection. I feel like it hit off of Michelle and it barely like grazed Justina and went in the goal. Like, sucks. I don't know if it's her fault.
I'm gonna ask you, if that didn't happen, who do you think would have won?
I told you at commercial break that I thought the Stars were going to win
That's right.
I thought it
that's
was
right.
time, and the champs seemed to be getting a little bit heated. They were tense. They didn't think it was going well for them.
Right.
Did you see the amount of sweat that was on CT's shirt? It was
He lost his
10
shoe.
colors deeper than it was when he started. He lost his shoe.
Right.
The champs team was a mess. They had to do a timeout and change it up a little bit.
They had to get it together. I mean, but that also, I think that shows that they can be broken, and that also shows, I mean, once they feel a little pressure, how strong are they? You know what I mean? Because we haven't seen that yet, and now that we see them actually being a little bit challenged, how strong of a team are they? You know, like what happens when they're under that pressure? So I'm curious to see if that happens again. Yeah.
So then who did you think is the toughest male competitor on the Stars team?
Man, well, you've got Matt, right?
Is it just Matt and Josh now?
Matt and Josh,
That's
because
it.
Riff is gone.
So this should be an easy decision, right?
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna give Matt the benefit of the doubt because he played sports before.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
he did good.
Josh, I believe, played
That's right,
baseball
he
in
did
college.
Too. That's right. Yes.
He has more of an athletic build. Just on paper or just on looking at them, you'd think Josh would be better. But seeing Matt in that first elimination
That's
round
what
when
I'm
he was
saying,
able to
yeah,
have his
he did very
balance
well.
and target.
Well, who'd you pick?
If I wanted to pick someone to have on my team, because not just, the competitor in itself is not just athleticism, I would pick Matt because he's a lot more level-headed. Josh is too much for me. I can't handle him. Like it's good to have intensity and be pumped up, but he gets way aggressive in times I feel like are not necessary.
Do you almost feel like he's a little more pumped up than he is as good as he thinks he is?
We haven't really seen much of him athletically, so that could
Well,
be
that's
an
kind of my
easy
point.
analogy. Yes, yeah, that's like a good theory, because what have we really seen from you for you to be so intense
Right.
and so high on yourself?
Yeah, I feel like I'm still kind of curious about the guy.
I always want to say, like, calm down.
Right.
At the same time, because this foosball at first, I was like, is it necessary to get this angry at a foosball game? But at the same time, if you're competitive, you get mad at bowling.
but I
I get mad at golf.
I gotta say, for the first time, I was actually engaged in this, and I thought the foosball thing was actually, at first I was like, really, this is what we're doing, and then it got exciting. It was actually exciting. I love the fact that it was literally human foosball.
Yeah.
And it got intense, and they were actually like both teams were actually going for it. It wasn't like a cakewalk, and it was fun to watch. Like, finally, that was cool.
It looked like it'd be so much fun to watch.
To do.
I'm sorry,
love
to do,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
to watch,
That'd
to
be awesome.
play.
What position would you take?
Well, I was a forward. I played
Oh.
travel soccer all my life. Yes, I was
Just,
striker.
kind of a big deal.
I like scoring goals, but yeah, probably forward. I don't
Nice.
really know. Again, this is for charity. This is fun.
Right.
So I don't know if I would say, oh, put me in the position I played. I just kind of go with whatever the team.
Who would you like to go
wanted.
up against if you could choose?
One-on-one in the foosball game,
In
or
the foosball game.
how? But you didn't. This is hypothetical. This didn't happen at all, David. You're.
I'm throwing out scenarios.
I
here.
know you're throwing out some one-on-one. Sean Johnson. Oh, she's not on the show anymore. Dang it. No, I'm kidding.
It's all right.
No, that would be it because she's. I mean, Kim Glass is way too tall. Michelle is way too UFC strong. Justina's kind of a badass. Ariane, I'm not sleeping on her either. It's
Yeah.
who. You know what? I will take the lemons. Whoever you put me up against, I'll just go for it and try my best.
I like
but I'm
that.
not gonna
All
pick
right.
someone because
All right.
bring it on, whoever.
I like it. I like the confidence, Jen. All right. How are we doing in our live chat over there?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Well, I saw somebody in their post earlier that they are ready for this season to be over and for vendettas to come, which we are excited about. So let's talk about some outside of the Champs vs. Stars drama, or news rather. Corey Wharton has a baby. Him and
What?
Cheyenne. You did not see this?
No.
I saw it on Instagram and Twitter a few days ago, and I screenshot it. I sent to everybody. I was like, what? Oh my God, Corey has a baby with Cheyenne, who is from Are You the One, who we saw on Rivals 3, who was partnered with Devin. Team Princess. I love Team Princess. I was shocked out of my mind because, yes, we know Corey's kind of a player. We've seen him hook up with people on TV, yes, but I never saw him and Cheyenne. Well, you know what? They did actually hook up, but of all the people, I didn't think, I guess, that they would have a child together.
Yeah, that's crazy. My mind's blown.
But
I didn't
huge
know that.
congratulations to
Yeah,
them. Their
congrats,
child
guys.
of 9
All
months
right.
now, a baby
All right.
girl Ryder. She is beautiful. She looks exactly like Cheyenne. And if you've ever seen Cheyenne before, she is gorgeous. Sparkling blue eyes, dark tan skin. Their child is adorable.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Oh my
I'm
God,
gonna look
she's
it up.
so cute. But let us know how you thought in the live chat, because honestly, their baby is so cute, and this was news to me.
Nice. All right. Well,
I couldn't believe it.
congrats. to
And
them. That's awesome.
I knew Cheyenne was pregnant for a very long time, and I have to be honest, I was kind of hoping, no offense to Corey, I didn't know Corey was the baby daddy. Corey, congratulations, I'm sure you're an amazing father. I was kind of hoping it would be Devin,
Really?
because they were so cute on Team Princess. I loved their partnership on Rivals 3. He was treated her so well, was so supportive of her. They honestly had an adorable relationship.
Nice.
So I kind of
see,
wanted
we'll
it to
see.
be Cheyenne and Devin's
Wah,
baby,
wah,
but now that I know it's
wah.
Corey, congratulations, guys, and that is amazing. Other things going on, basically, we're just getting previews for Vendettas. As we've seen on Venmo, Tori and CT are not on this season, which I'm upset about, and I've seen a lot of people on Twitter also upset about as
That's a
well.
bummer.
Yeah, because
That's a bummer.
that's two top dogs that we see not
Right.
coming back, and they've been so enjoyable to watch. Brad and Brittany, we saw Brad, who was married to Tori, and they met on the challenges on The Real World, and they've been together throughout their entire careers. And the new girl, Brittany, from last season, getting a little handsy in a lot of these pictures.
Yeah, I mean, it looks exciting. I mean, that one challenge where they're swimming in swimsuit, that looks crazy. I mean, it looks like it's going to be an awesome season, and I'm ready for it. I'm excited for it. I'm ready to actually watch some real challenges and have some fun and be entertained and see all the drama. So yeah, it looks awesome.
And something else that was shocking to me was I looked into further details about Vendettas, because this show is just taking up too much of my time. I've been so distracted. But I honestly was curious, okay, so what exactly do they mean by Vendettas? How strong are these rivalries? Because you know how sometimes they say, battle the exes, and then you have people who've dated for 10 years and broke up, and then you have someone who like maybe kissed in a closet, they're not sure. So I wanted to see like how the relationships, what the theme was going to entail. And what it says is, so for Vendettas, the team will travel to Spain to pursue their personal vendettas against one another. So it's just extremely vague and broad. So they're basically saying vendettas, aka everybody hates each other as per usual, pretty
Right.
much. Like there's no partnerships. It's a single person game, and there's going to be
Okay.
one winner. So there's no I'm sure there will be like team and partner challenges, but there's no straight up you're my rival, you're my vendetta, which I was kind of shocked by, because that's what I assumed it would be.
Right. That's naturally. I think that's what you'll think. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Okay.
Right.
Interesting.
So it's like, oh, we're just pursuing vendettas against one another.
Huh.
But good, I hope everybody hates each other. And
That think emoji, like.
yeah.
like, Yeah, that's good to me. So I mean, does everybody have a vendetta with everybody that's there?
I
or
think
is it-
that some are stronger than others is what
Yeah.
it looks like. Like they're putting certain people in a house together that they know people clearly hate each other. But I just kind of feel like
Oh, MTV.
that pretty much always happens. But
Right.
regardless, either way, I'm not complaining. I'm very excited, and it looks
It should be fun. It should definitely be fun.
high drama, looks high competition, looks like everything we want on our challenge plate.
Leave it up to MTV.
Yeah.
All right.
But so that will air January 2nd, and we will be here at AfterBuzz doing the after show, as well as I believe the Champs vs. Stars finale. Whew, we will see who wins this season.
Oh no, it's almost
Will
over.
also air.
Man.
So we have the finale and the premiere on January 2nd. Heads up, the studio was closed next week, so we will not be here for the episode 6 Champs vs. Stars after show. So make sure you just all find another chat room to
does
talk
that
to
mean-
each other in.
So does that mean this is the last show of 2017?
That's true. Wow. 2017 is over, people.
I am so honored to spend the last show on this panel of 2017 for us with all of you. It's
That
gonna be-
was so cute. That was adorable.
Yeah.
I wonder if he means it. Just kidding.
Of course I mean it. Unlike you, Jen, I care how these people are doing out there. I really do.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in and chatting with us. We see all you guys. We appreciate you so much. And I'm glad that you know that we are interactive with you, because I see some people asking questions. I see some people acknowledging that we talk to you. So, yeah, keep it up. We're always looking for you guys in the live chat. Happy New Year to
Happy
you,
New
Zayas
Year.
Bilu.
All right.
Thank you to everybody. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Thank you guys all for watching from us at AfterBuzz TV. We will see you January 2nd. Thanks for tuning in. Again, my name is Jenna Bussiere. You can find me on Twitter at Jenna_Bussiere.
I am David Christopher, and you can find me on Instagram, David Punk Rock Christopher, and Twitter at DPR Christopher. See you guys next year.
And I think Tony, the face, is he okay? There's the music. I'm like, Tony, we said goodbye like 3 hours ago. Why are you not putting the music in? There we go. Okay. Bye, guys.
See you guys later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.